I must have been, 11 or 12, when the indoctrination of a society obsessed with skinniness led me to look into a mirror and call myself fat for the first time. At first, it was an echo, an afterthought to all the other things I didn't like about myself, my misshapen nose, my discolored teeth, my long, awkward limbs. But as I grew older, 13, 14, 15 years old, it became the foremost thought whenever I walked past my reflection: you are fat. Because while all the other girls in my grade seemed only to be growing taller, my hips were widening, my thighs thickening, my face filling out, and suddenly my stomach wasn't flat. The gym locker room became the stuff of nightmares, not because of what the other girls had to say about my body, but what I had to say about myself in comparison to them. While I was squeezing into size 12 skinny jeans, the other girls complained about how their size 3s no longer fit, so obviously there must have been something wrong with me. While they slipped into size small Nike shorts, I drowned myself in baggy t-shirts and sweatpants because my legs weren't as toned as theirs, and to me, that meant I was ugly. I changed as fast as I could because the faster I went, the less I was exposed to the stares of girls much skinnier than me, and the less I heard the word fat, F-A-T, ringing over and over in my mind. It didn't help when the scars started showing up on the front of my right thigh, and I had to choose between hiding them or the cellulite speckle on the backs of my thighs, but either way I was consumed with anxiety, so it really didn't matter. "You're not fat, you're beautiful," my mother would tell me when I lamented this to her on more than one occasion, and perhaps it was true, but how could I believe her when I was being told by movies, magazines, music that the only way to be beautiful was to look like the people in them? How could I believe her when the only kind of beautiful I knew of looked nothing like me? An acne-faced, awkwardly proportioned girl not ready to face a cruel, beauty-driven world. Yes, the word fat is still poison in people's mouths, and skinny is a title people wear like a crown, but there are skinny girls trying desperately to put on weight because no one wants to cuddle a stick and only dogs like bones. There are big girls who starve themselves in order to achieve the ideal body type they feel they must have to be accepted, but once they reach it, they're told to eat a cheeseburger for Pete's sake. What happened to your lovely curves? When girls are confident and show off with short skirts and tank tops, they cannot escape the sexualization of perverted men or the censure of other women because, oh my gosh, what a slut. Why don't you leave something to the imagination? And when girls are insecure and cover up, they're told that confidence is the key to beauty, so stop being such a prude, loosen up a little, and stop fishing for compliments. I know these women. I know countless girls who are insecure for being too fat, too skinny, too short, too tall, too anything. Too not beautiful. But beauty is an ideal forced on us by a society obsessed with perfection, obsessed with an unattainable image that none of us in this room or out can ever hope to achieve. And at what point do we stop and say enough? How many people must suffer before we say enough with the impossibly high standards, enough with the body shaming, enough with telling young girls that they're not good enough in their own skin? The magazines, the movies, the music, all describe a certain definition of beautiful. But beauty is redefined every single day in everything around us. A sunset is beautiful, but so is a rose, and they look nothing alike. At what point do we realize that the same is true for people? Because you are a definition of beautiful, and nothing, no acne, no scars, no number on a scale could ever change that.
For 12.